Which teammate would you most like to cross-check into the boards right now, all in good fun?
Yeah, George Springer. George Springer. He talks a big game about his hockey game. So I'd love to get out on the ice and rough him up a little bit.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Dugout Discussions with Chris Rose. It is presented to you by Amazon, your number one source for back-to-school shopping. We are joined by the all-star second baseman of your Toronto Blue Jays and defending American League champions, Ernie Clement. Ernie, where are you? You're under a heat lamp right now. You okay? Where are you?
Yeah. All good. It's just a little extra light if things go dark in here and then the clouds come over in Tampa here, but we should be fine.
All right, we just had Ryan Jeffers of the Minnesota Twins, and he joined us from the Pfister Hotel, which is up in Milwaukee. We all know in the baseball circles that thing is haunted. Are you staying in the haunted Tampa Hotel?
We are. We're at the Vinoy.
Okay. Do you buy that or not?
I think that's the one. I think it is.
Yeah. So is it haunted or not?
I don't know. We asked one of the servers at the restaurant here the other night, and she gave us a. She didn't say it was haunted, but she pretty much said it was haunted. So that's pretty cool.
Have teammates had any sort of ghostly adventure? Like, have you heard of anybody talk about it down there?
Not really. No, none of my teammates. But I have heard the rumors of it being haunted.
Okay. All right. Let's move on from that, just in case there is
All right.
some supernatural being, tapping you on the
Yeah, I got
shoulder.
nothing cool. I got nothing cool.
All right, you do with this, maybe the greatest fantasy football draft order ever created. All right, so explain to us what happened the other day.
Oh my God, it was hysterical. We had all of our coaches go one by one on the mound to see how hard they could throw. And that determined where whoever we picked, that determined where we were gonna pick our draft order. So there were some impressive throws. We had somebody throw a 90 out there, one of the coaches, which was like one of the more impressive things that I've ever seen. And then we had somebody throw like 47.
So who was your dude?
I had Luke Hoey, one of our analytics pitching guys, who had a nice showing. He had a really nice showing. I think we got the fourth pick. So he did nicely.
So is it you and a teammate? You just said we, or are you with him?
Yeah, Tyler Rogers and I are co-managing.
Oh, all right. There's always a guy who thinks that he could be an NFL GM on every team. Outside of Scherzer.
That's not neither of us.
Okay, outside of Scherzer, who is it?
Yeah, Scherzer definitely thinks he could. Beebs is pretty confident about his fantasy football as well. I think those two are they're pretty confident.
Yeah, I've talked with Hedges about that. He and Hedges team up in the big boy league, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, yep. I've heard the lore of that league.
Mm-hmm.
I think we all have.
So give us a little taste of what Sundays are like in September in a major league dugout once the football season starts.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Usually our games at like 1:37 on Sundays at home. So we get a solid 20-25 minutes of watching, the starts of the games and, probably not as locked in as we should be because they're all just so excited about the football. But yeah, as soon as we're done, we're right back checking our fantasy teams and, talking smack.
So Rochester, New York is where you grew up. Are you a Bills fan?
Huge Bills fan.
Okay. What do we think? I actually get to call the Browns-Bills preseason game this weekend in Cleveland. So
No way. Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, what are our
That's awesome.
expectations this year for Josh Allen and the boys?
Yeah, anytime you have Josh Allen at the helm, there's high expectations. I just love watching him. I've been watching him since I was a kid, and yeah, we get pretty rowdy for those games. So they usually break my heart every year in the playoffs, but we still love them and still cheer them on. And I'll say it every year. I think this is our year.
So, like in the 13-second game in Kansas City that year where you guys thought you had it, and then Mahomes gets two plays and they kick the field goal and then they win it in overtime, were you just like the rest of us as fans? Were you crushed just sitting in front of the TV saying, I can't believe that shit just happened?
Oh yeah, yeah. I've never seen anything like that. Because when they scored, I was like about to be in tears. I was so happy that we were going to be moving on. And then Mahomes just shocks the world and ruins all the fun. But what I think that's got to go down as one of the best playoff games of all time. It was so exciting, and as a Bills fan, it sucked, but pretty cool.
All right, so you're also a huge hockey head. You were, correct me if I'm wrong, you scored 70 goals in 79 career high school hockey games. Is this accurate?
Wow, I don't know. That sounds like a lot, but I loved hockey. I still play in the off season once in a while, so it's a great workout for me, and they don't get too mad at me for lacing up the skates.
All right, so give me the scouting report on Ernie Clement, the puckster.
Yeah, no defense, no back checking. Just my thing was putting the puck in the net, and um, yeah, I probably should have been a little bit more of a team guy out there, but probably the opposite approach to my baseball. No defense, no little things, just scoring and selfish hockey.
Scoring in selfish hockey.
Yeah, I didn't do a whole lot of passing. I was just trying to score. But
Fine.
I had a great line where like they'd feed me, and then I did my fair share of assists. But it was just so much fun. We had a great team, and I had a ton of fun out there on the ice.
Can you be both a Sabres and a Maple Leafs fan?
I kind of am. I kind of am. I love the guys on it. We've gotten to know the guys on the Leafs a little bit. They came by, while we were getting ready for a game and hung out for a little bit. And I've been a Sabres fan since I was a kid, so it's kind of hard not to root for them. And the Leafs had a down year last year, so it was nice of them to let the Sabres have their year.
How many of the Ernie Clement hockey baseball sweaters did you have to get during that giveaway this year?
They gave me a bunch. They gave me a bunch. That was pretty cool. It's actually really good material. Like I'm probably gonna hand them out to the boys once we start skating in the off season, and I think guys are gonna probably wear them during our little shinnies that we have and our little pickup hockey. So they did a really nice job with them, and it was really cool to see the support from Toronto coming out for that.
All right, we'll get back to Ernie in just a second, but a quick reminder today's episode is sponsored by Amazon. This back to school season, spend less on your kids with Amazon. Hey, you want to give your kids a great start to the year. We get that, but back to school has a way of absolutely thrashing your budget. The supply list keeps growing, your kids keep growing. What does that mean? The clothes stop fitting. And somehow there's always one more thing to get. Well, Amazon helps you handle all of it without losing your mind or your wallet. Now, I'm past the age of taking my kids from store to store to store, right? Josh is in his mid 20s, Brady's in college, so they do their own stuff. But I remember back in the day, they'd have separate teachers, separate age groups. So Josh has got to get this and that, and Brady's got to get that and this. We would be zigzagging all around Los Angeles at like 6 or 8 different stores just to meet the whole list. That doesn't happen anymore thanks to Amazon for back to school. We're talking about everything you need all in one place: backpacks, lunchboxes, notebooks, headphones, clothes, great prices, huge selection, and it shows up where? At your door before you know it. So remember, with Amazon's low back to school prices, just spend less on your kids because every dollar you don't spend on them is a dollar you have not spent on them. Right now, let's spend more time with Ernie Clement. I bet you $1,000 I can make you smile right now. You ready?
Let's hear it.
Okay, we're going to take you back 11 years.
Oh yeah, you got me. That's good.
Explain what this is to people that don't know.
Yeah, that was a walk-off single to send us to the College World Series. That was in the Super Regional against Maryland. Um, yeah, one of the cooler moments of my baseball career. Just came through for the boys and in a huge spot and sent us to the World Series. Uh, and then we ended up winning it all, and that was in 2015. But just a cool moment for me, and as a freshman, just getting to be on that field was really special.
Okay, so as a parent of two sons, I would love that moment. But then it would turn to terror when the entire team dogpiled you. You were this little freshman. I imagine you were probably 150 pounds, and they all jump on you. Could you breathe?
No, God, no. Yeah, it was actually terrifying at the bottom of that, especially because I was like half knocked out because my teammate just body slams me into the ground. But it was worth all the bumps and bruises there. It was a special moment, and it was only about 30 seconds of I thought I was going to die, and then we were back to celebrating and celebrating the win.
Well, I always enjoy spinning back the clock on major leaguers who are so polished in front of the camera because here is one of your first ever national TV interviews after you
Oh
send,
no.
yes, the Cavaliers to the World Series. Here we go.
What a moment. What were you thinking when you went to the plate?
I was just trying to get a pitch to handle. A lot of pressure, but it's a lot of fun, and we practice that every day. So I was prepared, and it's a lot of fun.
You're so,
So brutal.
adorable.
It's so brutal. It's just a little kid, man, who loved baseball, and that's kind of how it is now still. So pretty funny.
What the hell was that? Was the welt on your head from the celebration?
Yeah, yeah. I slammed my head in the ground. It was like bleeding everywhere. It was awesome.
Okay. You're a tough guy. That's the hockey background in you, bro.
That's right. That's right. We can
Um,
handle it.
okay, so let's talk a little bit about your current team. You guys were 10 games under 500 at the end of July. You ship out Gausman, Hoffman, uh, Varsho, and we're like, okay, this is it. We'll see you in 2027. And now you're right back in the thick of the wild card chase. How the heck did you turn this around?
Yeah. Well, there's so many ups and downs throughout the season. We were just in a lull and, not playing our best baseball. And, it sucks losing those guys. They were a huge part of last year and this year's team. And, that's the brutal part of our game. And, we miss those guys, but we got a couple really, really good players. Bateman's been awesome leading off and, playing every day and stepping into that center field role. And Jose Soriano has been incredible since coming over. So, I mean, I think we're getting hot at the right time, and we're showing up to the field with nothing to lose, and that's a dangerous thing.
Was there a speech that somebody gave? Did you guys have a meeting after the trade deadline, or you just have it happen naturally?
No, it just naturally happened. I think we have the right guys, and that right core of guys who kind of understand what's at stake. And there was a lot of pressure on us after last year, and I think some guys felt that. And we're at the point where, like I said, we got nothing to lose. We're just going to go out and have fun, and we've been playing so much better, and it's been awesome.
Look, Kevin Gausman made no bones about it. He fell in love with the guys in the locker room, the organization, the city, and the country. And he said several times, I don't want to go anywhere. He did get traded to the Cubs. Take us kind of behind the scenes for guys that were super close to him about how difficult it is when one of your besties moves on.
Yeah, I mean, I think he kind of had an understanding and kind of saw it coming, but it doesn't make it any easier. It's still, he's been here for that's one of the best free agent signings in the history of the organization. He's been amazing and such an integral part of our run last year, and it doesn't get any more respected as a human being and a baseball player than Kevin Gausman. So it's just he's a winner at heart, and they got a heck of a team over there. So he's going to be a big part of their run, and we miss him. He's the man.
You guys, I think less than a week after trading him, you had that one game makeup in Chicago. There was a possibility he was going to pitch. Did you want to face him?
No, I thought he was gonna. They came in and they were like, I think nobody told us that he wasn't gonna pitch, so we were like under the impression that he was gonna start against us, and um, we were like, this is terrible. Like, how could they do this? And I think they moved him back, but because of that. But it was, I don't want to face him. He's nasty.
Ernie, last year you set a record, a playoff record with your 31 postseason hits. It was an incredible run for you. And then you were obviously super emotional after game seven. We remember the tears and how honest and raw you were talking about how much you love those guys and the experience and everything. How long did that sit with you in the off season?
Yeah, that's tough because I I still think about that team all the time. That was some of the most fun I've ever had on a baseball field, and as close of a locker room as you can possibly get. So I still think about how much fun we had and all those guys, and it's a different team this year. So just I think about how awesome that was in that run, and winning is just as much fun as it gets. So anytime you make a run like that, it's I mean just pretty damn awesome. But at the same time, I moved on pretty quickly. I think you have to, and as a baseball player, that's kind of one of our superpowers here, where you play every day, and when you lose, and you get to play the next day. So that's kind of the best part about it. And I think all of us were itching to get back and get back in the clubhouse and get back to work and start winning again. So maybe it took us a little bit longer, this year to get going, but I love where we're at. I love our team, and I think we got a chance to win.
So I was able to interview you on the red carpet at the All-Star game, where you have gone from twice DFA'd person to the guy who got the most votes in the American League, and the only guy who got more was Shohei Ohtani. Did you have a chance to sit down and go, how the heck did all this happen?
Yeah, every time somebody brought it up, I just laugh. Like it's so funny. I show up, I play my game, I hang out with the boys, and I go home, and I try to make people happy in the meantime, like kind of in between. But I don't know. I never would have expected that. It's just wild, and those those Canadian fans, those Toronto fans, they know how to vote. So it was pretty cool, and I was honored.
Why do you think people are so drawn to Ernie Clement?
I don't know. I think people can relate to the failures and what I've gone through, and how it hasn't been easy at all. And I think also people watch how I play the game and the energy I play the game with, and how much fun I'm having out there. And baseball has given me so much, and I try to give back to the game and to the people who go to the games, and I try to do that every day. So I'm so fortunate to still be playing. I never in a million years would have thought I'd make it to be playing at 30 years old, but I just love baseball more than anything, and like I said, I'm so fortunate, and Toronto's been so good to me.
All right, 5 quick hitters with you, and then we'll get you out of here. True or false, you never struck out even once in high school?
I think I did. I think that's false. I think I struck out like my junior year, or one of my last at bats in one of those seasons. I struck out, and I didn't know how to handle it. I think I ran back to the dugout.
Do you remember the pitcher that got you?
I remember it was a Pittsford Mendon guy. I do not remember who it was exactly, but yeah, it was like a curveball in the dirt, and I just kind of flailed at it, and like I do pretty often. But yeah, it hurt.
So you're like Joe Mauer. You struck out once in high school.
Yeah, that's what people always say. I don't think he struck out at all, which is like that's crazy.
One time.
One time.
Which NHL players, active or legends, are filling out your front line?
Ooh, that's tough. I think I would. Gretzky has to be there. Lemieux has to be there. And I'm gonna go. Thomas Vanek. I gotta throw a saber in there, and we gotta get a right-handed stick out there on the top line. I think those guys would do some damage.
Toughest class you took at Virginia?
All of them. Oh my God, I got my butt kicked in school there. I was the dumbest kid there by far. I would say one of the astrology classes I took, I think I got a D plus, and they were nice enough to put a plus in front of that.
Don't you just look up
I don't know what it was. It was
that's
tough.
The North Star?
You'd think it'd be easy. That's kind of why I thought I'd take it.
Which teammate would you most like to cross-check into the boards right now, all in good fun?
Yeah, George Springer. He talks a big game about his hockey game. So I'd love to get out on the ice and rough him up a little bit.
Yeah, you know how those UConn guys are.
Exactly.
The only stadium I have not been to in the major leagues is Rogers Center, shockingly. What is the first thing that I would notice when I set foot in the building?
You'd notice the big tower that's kind of on the first base side of the dugout. The CN tower is just it's one of the coolest views from the third base dugout. It's one of the coolest views in the major leagues. I think when the roof's open, it's tough to find a cooler place to play.
Awesome. Ernie Clement, always appreciate the time. Continued success, and keep that grind going for the Blue Jays, who are trying to successfully defend their American League championship. Thanks for the time, buddy.
All right, man. Thanks, Rosie.
With home and road, throwback and alternate uniforms, there are so many different jerseys. Which team has the best? And you can't say your own.
See, one just popped into my head, but I can't say the team's name, so.
What? You want to whisper it to me, and then
No.
I like the Braves when they wear the baby blue. I like the baby blue, so I like our baby blues. So
Yeah, I'll go ahead and say it. I like the Braves. What is it? Probably their City Connect.
Oh, the light blue ones with the old A.
But I like probably the Royals the best. Their powder blue, light blue is the best. If it's not Phillies, I like the Royals jerseys.
Your baby blues get picked a lot. Actually, those things are pretty sharp.
I really like them.
Do you feel nostalgic when you put them on?
Yeah, I feel good when I wear them.
When San Diego had their new City Connects, were really good, but I really enjoy, I'm from Seattle, just the classic navy blue Seattle Mariners jersey. It's a good one. It's not flashy, it's nothing crazy, but that's what I remember.
Yeah, that's the one you grew up on.
That's what I grew up on.
I think the Yankees are sharp, the pinstripes.
That's simple. You just going classic on me?
It's a classic.
The Red Sox, their City Connect, the monster, you got the green monster color.
I thought you were going to say the yellow, because I was like, I don't think I found
those ones. Yeah.
And?
I like the meaning behind them, for sure.
Yes.
It
It looks like you just won the sixth stage of the Tour de France or something.
They haven't worn them. I don't know what it is, but the Philly baby blues, those throwback ones.
I'm a big fan of the Yankee pinstripes. I think, my grandma was a big Yankees fan growing up, so, I've always grown up watching them. So, yeah, probably that one.
When Arizona does, I'm a big fan of the throwbacks. So when they do their throwbacks to the early 2000s one with the vest and that with the purple, I'm a big fan of those.
Did you have a little Yankee jersey when you were little Zachy?
No, my grandmother was a big Mariano Rivera fan, so there was a bunch of Yankees games played around and signed Yankees baseballs and stuff. So it was a Yankee household with her.
I think you just got to go the classic Yankees pinstripes. It's just classic, timeless. I would play on MLB The Show. I'd always use their uniforms because it's just classic.
I was a huge fan of the Southside City Connects. The all black with the...
You're the one.
That was pretty cool.
Really? What did I thought
It felt kind of slow pitch softball-y, but
yes.
I mean, they were pretty cool, I thought.
I'm partial. I like the Angels City Connects, the beachy themes, the kind of the off-white cream. I really like those. And then another biased answer because I went to San Diego State, but the Padres just home, the brown and the gold. Really good look.
It's not going to be a City Connect, I'm sorry to say. I got too much old school in me. I'll give you... I'm not going to say the Yankees. That's just way too... It's way too popular. Being here in LA, the Dodger blue looks pretty good. The white Dodger uniforms, I think, is going to get my vote.
Can it beat from the Royals in the past?
Boy, you're really being a pain for me, aren't you?
You got one in mind.
Anybody that has baby blue, so the Royals baby blue. I know they're in division, but I love the baby blue. I was a UNC guy growing up, so yeah, I love it.
This might be a bad answer, but I think Cleveland's, their City Connects, I really like them.
The old black Kansas City Royal unis with the black hat and the royal blue brim. I feel like we should bring those back as our City Connects.
There's a couple that I like with this, but I really like baby blue. So I love our old City Connect uniforms, but either the Royals or the Blue Jays, they're all baby blues. I would say the one that comes off the top of my head would be Toronto, just watching them mostly in the World Series last year, but those are great jerseys.
My other answer would be the Rockies black vest. Yeah. I like purple. I like the black hat with the purple brim or the royal blue brim. That's a good look.